Oh, really? There, I just turned them on.
Oh, 5 minutes. Everybody please stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And welcome everybody. And big welcome to Ed Coffin. Ed, welcome to the town board. Thank you. Glad to have you. Real. All right, motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on May 13th, 2025. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion to approve the financial statements for the month of May of 2025. Second. All in favor? Anybody opposed? Thank you. All right, right now we have nobody on the agenda that wanted to be on the agenda to give us a proper 24-hour notice. So we're going to keep moving on. Anybody have any questions for me before I move away from myself? I have nothing to present at this time. All right, let's go to the town clerk, Michael Williamson.
Okay, so Team Kenley Peanuts Walk for Autism utilized the park again this year, and the year just reported that they were able to raise $5,839, and without the generosity of the town, they would not be able to hold such a great event for the community.
Very nice. Good for them. Good.
Other than that, I don't have anything to report.
Good. All right, any questions for Mike? Thanks, Mike. Highway, Wayne.
Yes, a few. We have to renew the Auctions International contract. It's funny because I really didn't know there was an Auctions International contract.
Living and learning, right?
Yeah. So,
okay, so you.
I mean, because we will have stuff here coming up that we're gonna wanna put out, for auction, so probably
Want to keep that contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're always good to us too.
Yeah.
The way the Auction International works as well is whatever we put on the auction, we don't pay anything. There's no fees to us. It's usually just the buyer doesn't say that to us, so it costs us nothing. They come and take pictures. It's
Yep.
it's actually a good gig for us.
So we've got rid of.
Yeah, we've done it in the past, and they're you know it works for us, and it's an easier way to sell stuff.
And freeze the.
And for each, again, we don't have to pay anything. So you're looking for a motion to have us renew the Auction International contract.
Yes.
Can I get a motion on that, please?
I'll make them.
A second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Just to update on equipment, I don't know, it was months ago, we talked about the new pickup room, or the new used pickup room
Yeah.
for the highway. It's gonna be coming due here, I think the 27th is the day that they projected that. I don't know if we'll have to spring, if it's gonna change, but that's what they were talking about. I don't know if we need a motion for, we talked about, obviously, the ARPA money and
Right.
and the 75
Yeah,
out of our equipment account.
Right,
for-
pay the difference of,
Yeah.
so you needed some ARPA money, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we already got that squared
Yeah,
out.
that was months ago.
Do you wanna just
We
do?
earmarked the ARPA money, so.
We did.
Okay, I just didn't know if you had to make a motion to spend the 75 for the,
We can.
because it probably, I'm hoping that it'll be here before the next meeting.
Okay.
You can do it now anyway.
Okay.
So looking for a motion to spend 75,000 out of the ARPA money? Is that
No.
Out of your highway, out of your
Yes.
highway fund?
The 100
Okay. Oh,
100 out of ARPA and 75 out
I'm sorry, what is it now?
of, the 100,000 was out of ARPA. It was 175,
Oh, so you're 75?
yeah,
All right, so you're looking for the 75,000 to come out of your highway?
yes.
All right, looking for a motion to take the 75,000 to pay for the,
New pickup room, new sweeper.
Yeah. can I get a motion on that, please? Second? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Sorry for the confusion on that. Like we said, it's been a couple times we talked about this.
It's been,
So I apologize for that.
Everywhere.
I know we
should apologize.
I know, I'm just trying to remember what equipment we were talking about, so. What else?
Sequoia Creek Basin, Gina might have a little bit on this, so we have to have of our representation going is Marvin Martin and Steve Messenger, which they've been doing a great job. They've been going with Gina to the MS4 meetings, which they're pretty good on as far as keeping track of what's what. But you need to have a representative for voting.
For Sequoia Creek Basin,
Yeah.
so they said they
Just
would do
voting
it, and they've been staying for the
Yeah, the
meeting.
delegates on it.
But there's a
Yeah.
form that has to be filled in.
Okay, sure. I think Jimmy and I used to do it.
And I guess it's up to these
Up
folks.
to you guys to pick if you want them
if
to
you
do
want them
whatever,
to do it.
fill in the form or whatever.
Okay. Well, they're going, and they're
Yeah.
doing a great job.
Yeah, yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, I think it's a great idea. It was always one of those things that I started going a little bit because Jimmy had enough of it, you know, and then, but it's usually a lot of highway. It's all about, you know, it's a creek. It's a creek thing. So it's great when the highway is going to it.
Kind of what I said is like, it gives, you know, a little initiative to, you know, they take care of it, which I like, you know, you don't have to be, oh, God, I forgot the meeting, right?
Right.
You know, they get the minutes, and they take care of all that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great.
So then it helps, obviously helps me.
And we appreciate both those, Steve and Marvin, doing that. If they can continue with it, we appreciate that
And they
very
may
much.
combine them all. They may combine them all pretty soon, MS4, that one, and, there's another one.
Well, the other one, the Riskinny.
Yeah, but they may combine them all because they have to do them one and the next, but they may do them all at the same time.
Kinda makes
Because
sense.
they don't get quorums otherwise.
I do
At
understand.
the MS4 they do, but the others they don't, so they're trying to,
That quorum.
that
Gets
quorum,
you.
yeah.
All right, so make a motion that Marvin Martin and Steve Messenger will be the,
So who's the main person?
Marvin.
Marvin's the main person, and then the alternate.
Steve will be the alternate.
okay. All right, the representatives for the town of Paris for the Square Creek Basin. Can I get a motion on that, please? Second? All in favor? Anybody opposed? Great.
Last thing is, we've talked in the past about with Mike and Ken about to move the guys around when there's a spot open in our pay scale.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to bring that up and move some of the guys around for the upgrading their pay, which we have. Obviously, we're not spending no more than we have. Then Smith Plant is, he retired in March, so, and we thought we had a guy, but obviously we didn't.
Okay.
So it's basically just moving them around in the pay scale where they who vacate.
Okay, let me just think about this for a second. So, are you just looking to, you're saying within your budget
Oh, yeah.
line for
Oh, yeah.
accounting, or, you know, for the
Yeah, it's
payroll?
nothing, it's gonna cost no more than moving.
You're just moving hourly around, so you have
Basically-
one less person, is that kind of what's opening
Basically,
it up?
I'm moving them to the position, the next position up.
Seniority.
Yeah, it's their seniority. Basically, it's, that's really what it is, I guess you'd say. And it, you know, some of them no, some of them yes.
Okay.
They're moving around, that's all.
All
But
right.
it's within our budget, you know.
Okay, I don't even know if you really need a.
I didn't know,
resolution on that.
I know Mike said that it was one of the,
Well, we can do a resolution for you to move your guys up to seniority based on, or the wages based on seniority.
yeah, it's basically sounds good.
Yeah.
It's,
Okay, so we'll have something at least in writing to protect you on during this year.
Yeah,
Of course, we
it's-
always like to move, there's been a lot of changes through last year and into this year, so I get it. Yeah, I understand.
And everybody does the same job, you know,
Yeah.
so it's, and it should be.
All right, so just to follow what you're looking for, is we're looking to, a motion to increase, move seniority, based on seniority, move it up to a wage scale. A wage scale goes up based on
Yeah,
seniority?
basically,
Yeah,
that's
just in
the wage scale.
the wage scale.
Okay.
So basically what happens is, basically is when somebody vacates that position, and I talked to 10 other towns
Yeah.
for 3 days straight. I forgot to bring that up, that was pretty good at school, but anyway. And that's one of the things that happens, somebody vacates that position and the next, they
Yeah.
move up to the wage that, because they're doing the same.
Is there a couple guys that are being moved around now because of this? Is that
Yeah,
what's
no,
happening?
Yeah, I think it's, I would be moved up.
I just know that trying to put them for the last person.
Basically, I don't even know how to, basically, you're moving them to the next position where they are. But I guess it would be a pay scale or a seniority, so to speak. But
That's normally what we do.
So somebody like Vinny, who,
No one's ever left.
yeah,
No one's ever left, so we never
that's
know.
it, that's exactly right.
Do you have to fill the position? Are you going to be
Well,
filling?
we have the funds to fill the position.
Okay,
So basically what it is say Smith Woods was one of the guys that left at that wage, you're not gonna hire a new guy at
Yeah.
that wage. You're going to move your guys up, so the guy down here is getting this wage, not, you know what I mean? You're not giving $26 an hour to a brand new employee. You got a guy with 30 years that don't make 26, basically. That's kind of what it is, so.
I would like to see that. I guess what we're looking at, is it fair to say, is we're all about it. It's just,
Yeah,
we
like,
like
yeah,
to put the, we like to put the employee with that amount on record.
Okay, we'll have to fix that.
You know, like, is that
Yeah.
we believe, yeah, we'd like to do this immediately. I think we gotta have
Yeah.
their names into this resolution,
Probably.
so it doesn't look like there's 7 guys instead of the 5. That's all. Like, you know.
Well, some of the guys already make more than that position. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Some of the guys are already, they make a higher wage than that position gives, because they're in a different spot anyway. That's how, so they're gonna be,
So is it like changing a grade level?
basically, you're gonna move,
Yeah.
say Marvin up.
Yeah.
And where he was, Jason goes up. Where he
Yeah.
was, Steve
Yeah, it
goes
just kind
up.
of goes up like
Where
that.
he goes, you know,
No, you guys start with the bottom.
yeah. And that's one of the problems we faced back
Ladder.
9 years ago.
All right, are you?
To do the chart.
It was 1650, but that was if you didn't have a CDL. If you had a CDL, it's,
Yeah.
I think it's either 1950 or something now. It's changed to start wages. You can't do it June.
Yeah.
You gotta hire your team. It's the,
Yeah, get a wage increase in June. I'm gonna get in June.
But when do they normally get it?
January.
well, we wouldn't have anybody retire.
No.
Right, yeah.
We don't have
That's the
anybody,
thing,
we
too.
don't have anybody leave, and technically, you know, Mike's scheduled day is, December 13th, somewhere in that, but he's gonna be retired. So again, there'll be another, you move your guys up, so the bottom guy isn't making what the top guy's making.
Do you feel that Kim would have this information at her
Wait,
fingertips?
Well, we talked about it, but it was a couple months ago before.
All right.
Kim definitely has the wages.
Yeah, and she
But-
knows
So
how.
if you mean to put it in a resolution.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
guess,
she
could we
does.
get this in the next few minutes?
No, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Are we calling Kim?
We could have that information by the next board meeting.
Yeah, we're all about it. I just need to have something better on paper here for us to look at.
You okay with the next board meeting?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
Sorry.
obviously, it's fine, that's fine.
And then we can make sure it's legit.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want
We're not
to,
gonna get punished for it.
right.
Obviously, we want to do it today, but just to have something
No,
more.
yep.
All right. Just explain it to the guys.
No, they obviously need the people.
Okay. All right.
The highway funds was actually for road work, but that's fine, we discussed it. So, yeah, just need to bring up signing the agreement, just
Yeah,
spend
the
highway funds.
284 agreement.
Okay, so you're looking for a motion for us to approve the 284
Yep.
form to spend highway funds on road work, right?
Yeah.
Can I get a motion on that, please? Second. All in favor? Anybody opposed? All right, wait, what else?
That's it.
That's it? Okay. Any questions for Landy?
When I do it, when with Mike goes along with what we're paving, we're gonna cold pave all of Canyon Factory Road this year, and we're gonna finish Greens Crossing Road this year with, Hammock stop on that, so that road will be finished, so.
Great.
We're getting, and Jim in the last few years, he was there, we probably, I think, have covered, 7 or 8 different roads, we put new tops, or what have you on them, so we're making progress,
Great.
so.
Looking good out there.
Progress.
Looking good out there, Wade. That's for sure. Codes of zoning, Gina.
Actually, I went to the open house today, to Southford. It's about, duplex mobile homes. And it was very interesting. Actually, Garden Homes put it on the other thing, like, with the health department here, who knew everybody was there, HUD, DOT, DOS and all. And they're making, duplex mobile homes now, and they're going into triplex and quad mobile homes to fit into these parks better and
Oh,
stuff. You
okay.
know, they showed us install and firewalls and all that, so that was very interesting. The first one in New York State, it was in Fayetteville.
Huh.
And so I went to that and got information and, you know, met with all the people. So that was very interesting that that's happening.
Will that fall okay in the zonings and things like that?
Yeah, because what would happen, like in a mobile home park, if they took, like, the lots are so substandard, so like when you take one out and it's like, I don't know, a 10 by 40, and now you wanna put a 14 by 70, and maybe there's not room to put it in because lots are
Yeah.
small. Now, if you say you take 3 out and you put 2 of these sideways, now you got 4 mobile homes versus 3,
Okay,
you know, and.
okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
so it is a good thing. Then they're gonna come out, they got triplexes they're working on in quads, which would be double deckers, like 2 down, 2 up, like
Okay.
that. Building.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so it's all went through the state, caught all that, building codes. So, yeah, so
Good.
that was good. I went to that today.
All right.
I went to 4 more hours of coach training last month, so I'm way over my 24-hour annual required training.
Yeah,
Gotta do
certifications.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all certified for the year and next year. I did 9 new permits since last meeting. 2 were new for residences, new residents. One's a farm resident and one's a new resident on Pinnacle Road. And I worked on 8 complaints. And then BAR member, Mr. Boston, he doesn't know if he was going to renew and stuff, and his term is up this year. So I think, you know, health issues, so we should be looking for another, even closer, I guess, an email, not
Okay.
renewing. So we may want to put on the website now to start, because they get appointed in September
Okay. All
for
right.
BAR, somebody for BAR.
All right.
And we
Do you
do
know what is
BAR,
that acronym?
Board of Assessment Review.
Okay.
And actually, we met this year, you know, we meet in May, it's the one meeting, and, you know, we did that, so we did whatever, whoever came in and stuff, so that went well.
Yeah. Anybody show up?
We had one show up, we worked on them.
Thank you.
You know, a couple other people called and questioned, but we worked on it before the meeting, so they didn't
Okay.
have to come in for it. But, so if everybody knows anybody, you know, you have to go to training, there's 5 members, we go once every 5 years. And it's a 1 day a year type of
All right.
thing, you know, they come to do their assessment. So if anybody knows anybody's interested, have them put an application. Mike, I think it's online, right, Mike?
Should
I
be.
think it's online for ZBA planning or
Yes.
BAR, that people can fill it in, so when we have openings, we can contact them to see if they're interested. And it would be a 5-year term. That's all I have.
Any questions for Jan? Thank you, Jan. Gary, Mark.
The pools are drained and nice and shiny.
Yeah, they are.
We're gonna get some of the sidewalls, they're gonna be fixed tomorrow, so we're gonna fill them yet. So I'm kind of just waiting on that. So probably next month, if we know the pools are good, we'll pull the trigger on the park equipment.
Yes.
Um,
The new playground stuff.
the playground stuff, so I'm still holding on that, just put it in one, which is pumps are up and working. It's been busy down there, we've ordered public proximotes, we're doing good this summer.
All
So
right.
far, the city light is a big trailer park wall currently on the road.
Was that a Sunday night?
Sunday night,
Well, they came down here afterwards?
no, I think there were leftovers from somebody who knew that they're going to,
Oh.
and that's the last one that they're really to get,
The cameras?
cameras.
Yeah, I called them last.
Pickleball courts, I'd really like to get them this, really, she's kind of in trouble for me, right there. I can monitor pretty much the rest of the park, but, you know, that's what I saw, so I thought, hey, they're by the pond, they're gonna do TikTok videos. I said, hey, Sheriff's gonna go on down and check it out. So, but yeah, let's see. We still have some signs, we did pretty good, still getting, you know, people calling, AAA, maybe the first one, we also have a lot of signs.
Yeah,
Pickleball courts.
Did that go well, the signups?
Yeah, well, pickleball courts, next week, the 18th to the 20th, we have to close it down for those repairs. The line, I will put a post down on Facebook, but I will also post down on the pickleball courts, just so people are And this says that what they're gonna repaint, I think the last two courts are definitely off. They'll remeasure everything, and it's a light painting issue, it's not the net, so,
Yeah.
which is happy as a easy one.
Sure.
As for the windscreen nets, I did talk to him, he does not recommend them with that fence. It's an older fence.
Sure it is.
It's not the best shape, so if you can see the crossbar line, it can happen in some spots, so even with an old fence like that, it just, it ain't catching the wall, so we still can say, we're talking for not, actually, for confidence, so, if the fence is up, or we put a windscreen, or it doesn't recommend it. I know we have the same issue with this, pool fence.
Yeah.
That windscreen, and it's just,
Can we bring a company in to tighten up those fences? Is there like a way to do that where they center them kind of like, anybody ever?
Williams fence?
Or
He's gone very well.
yeah.
I believe, I'm gonna go back 25,
Those are the original from the tennis courts.
they were tennis courts, and I believe that they had windscreen on that thing and on that, and I think two of post got. I mean, that was all the way, I don't know, that was years ago, but I don't know, I mean, let's see, if they're talking short, it makes a difference, you know, put 6 foot on instead of covering 14-foot fence.
Sure.
But that, Williams, they would probably, because there is ways, to bolt,
Yeah.
bolts, everything, bolt everything, tighten it up.
Because I'm sure I think there's still, there's connectors, that's what I'm talking
It's
about.
gotta be,
It's just been, I mean, I don't think they've been touched.
Yeah, it takes a year. I think the less, when we took it apart, so you can get in and do the pickleball. We
Right.
didn't have anything to pull it tight, we used a
Yeah.
backhoe, and
Yeah.
we didn't have anything really.
All right, I'll look into that.
Okay.
You know, I know I've actually had other fence companies come down for the pool in
Right.
general, so.
Okay.
I just, Williams is one.
Yeah, me too, yeah, I don't want to.
It's probably,
I remember that. Yeah, we'll have somebody look at it, see if they can tighten it up anyway. It probably needs to be, we got always want the best of it.
Yeah, I mean, and then like I said, so we don't really need to fix, you can try the one screen.
Okay, all right, okay.
Do they do windscreens?
He says they can get,
Okay, because I did do some homes,
okay,
and the ones that, like when Bob Stoley came to last meeting,
Yeah.
yeah,
1,700 or something like that,
Yeah.
they were only good for like a year.
yeah.
I mean, why invest 1,700 if you're gonna get a year or two out of it? Come on. So the good ones, I got a couple of quotes, I went out and you're talking about 7 years-ish.
Yeah, he said like usually about 5 to 10 if you don't have it.
Somewhere in there,
So
right.
We take a, we look at the one.
And one of them I got a quote on 6,100, okay? And I didn't get a quote on another 100. So just so you know, that's
Right.
kind of what I'm
Yeah, and then if you can let me know the money, let me know the money.
No, I know what it is.
Yeah, so once we look at it fixed, I'll talk to them again. And then I can get a quote.
Great.
How many sides did he say he needed the windscreen on? Is it just the one side?
It was like a now.
Is it, so 2 sides? So we're talking.
Say all the way around.
Well,
Is this all the way around?
that's all the way around.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
the 61
I don't
for all the
know.
way around?
Didn't you want the one to go through the other side?
It's,
Yeah, I mean, the far
yeah,
side. I don't know if it really would be.
okay.
And it also would be,
With 3 sides.
The 3
Is that what he was asking for?
yeah, probably the side towards the track.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then you're talking about one towards the pools and one
Right.
facing this way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
At least a try it.
yeah.
Right.
Somewhere we tried the 2 and then.
If it doesn't work, then we go back and say, we need some more.
Right.
That's a great,
Yeah.
okay.
All right, so I'll call with the fence people, try to work that in and see how much that would cost to kind of tighten that up. That
And
fence
you want
up.
to have them do the pool first, too?
Yeah, because that's rough too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I just received an email back from the Lawrence Foundation. They had some summer recreation grants for summer rec programs. It sounds like they're interested. They just have some questions and they want us to give them their information. I'm looking for parks in that area. I was looking for a lighter weight one.
Yeah.
2 pop-up kind of picnic tables for us to use in the rec area, or we can sit down and
Yep.
do other activities, whether it's just got activities, different kind of activities during the day. We're gonna get 4 fishing poles for kids, a lot of times a lot of basketball and fishing poles. We're looking at, this is the PFs, 50 and oars for as well. Lisa Barlow, Levi Barlow's currently running a ton of balls and stuff from the grants that passed away, and we're just sitting there, I can't always like just give them out, so I was thinking of putting out a deck box, near the field, and just maybe a small plaque, right there, and take all of them out, there's so many, we find so many.
I know, yeah,
Or,
sure.
you know, it's for kids to just use, so, we just, and I talked to her about that, and she'd be very happy, even if we didn't get the funding for it, she'd be pretty happy as well, so I just thought that'd be nice. Oh, memorial, and thank you, remembrance for that,
Yeah, very nice.
very part of that. I know we're gonna get up to the June 30th, the other, we're very much on there, so. They do have like a bigger one, pools are getting aging, and we're getting more increased use, throughout the years, especially from other local municipalities. The water park program comes 2 days a week for 4 weeks. Our pretty much sign-in out of town is basically Utica and Whitesboro and Clinton Cove.
Right.
So
Right.
we will be increasing that, I think.
Yeah.
We didn't hear back from the county yet, but municipality-wise, as a town, I think we're the only town in Atlantic County that's still,
Yeah, that's my understanding too.
city of Sherrill, city of, city of Rome, outside schools, so, town municipality-wise, I think there's a good chance to get grants, playing for the,
Right. Okay, so we always thought we would put a big one big pool down there. So,
I know it's really when you look at the one big pools, the count, like, it increases with the,
yeah.
if you have so many feet, you gotta have the drainage, or like,
Yes.
the filter system, you have to go, whatever they call it. That kind of option price on things, if you wanna go that route. I don't mind the 2 pool system, because it's really easy for someone, since if you have to break up, like, like, kids that aren't really good
Right.
swimmers, and you share one, it's easy to do. But we have 2 filtration systems, but in the end, like, probably it's cheaper to do the 2 than the one big and not have the bigger filtration system. But you still have to walk in, if you were still, and it's like,
Right.
it's just a thought. But I think the funds are out there, and the willingness for me to do it, right, and see the funds, I'm all for it.
I'm gonna reach out to the town engineer, just see what he has on record, because I know we worked on these pools at some point, trying to get them.
Yeah, I think when I looked at them, I think there was a limit that it had to be so big that we had to have a different
Yeah.
filtration system. That's the cost, but, I'm talking to the city of Sherrill, manager, the mayor over there, and he says the same concerns, but it's a lot bigger than the block.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how much water they use for.
Well, they're money pits.
They're money pits.
Money pits, 8%, but it just says.
But I think it's the fun, like I said, if we can get the grant funding, I think it's something we should put money into.
Okay, all right, just made an alarm on my phone, reach out to Don here, he's got a file. All right.
I think that's all right.
That's it?
That's it.
All right, thanks, Gary. Any questions for Karen? All right, everybody, no executive session, unless you want to go into executive session. All right, all right, motion to pay the vouchers. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion to, once we close, once we do the vouchers, motion to close the meeting out at 5:30. Second. in favor? Anybody opposed? Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you.